could not have squished bread, so I put it in a plant holder.
Oh my gosh.
This comes out. I put some boards here and here.
Yes.
To store my stove underneath.
Wow. How do you do this lifestyle when there is like a chronic or a serious medical situation?
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give them? Hi everyone, I'm Autumn here at Cheap RV Living, and today I am here with B. Hi B.
Hi.
And B has a beautiful minivan. What kind of van is this?
This is a 2014 Chrysler Town & Country. I've been in it for a little over a year at this point, full-time since April of last year.
Okay, so your nomadversary is coming up.
Yes, it is.
I'd love to hear about your nomadic experience. What led you to be full-time on the road?
So, for one thing, I'm disabled. I have lupus, and also, my kid was about to become an adult, and I was like, the only way that I can really set him up, for life when he turns 18 is to leave him this place and all the stuff in it. And also, during the pandemic, I was doing research on power stations and of course came across Bob's channel. And so I was like, wow, people do that. And so my life just kind of like took a turn and like a beeline, no pun intended, for this lifestyle.
Wow. So in the midst of those circumstances that led to this lifestyle, was it exciting? Was it challenging? Like, how would you describe it starting off?
Both, actually. I was very excited to get on the road. And then, there is no amount of research, videos, reading, whatever that you can do that can prepare you for the practicality of living as a nomad. And so there have been a lot of challenges along the way, but I feel like there's a type of victory that comes along with beating those challenges, and that feels amazing.
I love that. I love that. And I can relate to that. What are some of the victories that you've had?
Learning how to cope with the weather. Learning how to, obviously a lot of people move around and stuff, and I've learned that that's something I got to do. But also I know exactly what temperatures I can handle and what I can't. So
that is huge. I would say one of the most foundational things, especially if you don't have a vehicle like that has a built-in air conditioning or something.
And yeah, that's true.
Yeah. What temperature ranges have you found are mandatory for you?
So I can handle a lot of the cooler ones, but 63 in full sun is what I can handle in the van, without it getting overwhelming, like with the windows up and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then the higher it gets, the more I have to accommodate. One of the things about lupus is heat intolerance.
Oh, okay.
And so I have to be really careful about that. So I find shade, or I go up to the mountains like in Washington, and find relief from the heat. So,
what I think is really powerful about what you're sharing is that regardless of temperature and regardless of medical circumstance, you've made this work. And I think a lot of our viewers, they'll ask, how do you do this lifestyle when there is like a chronic or a serious medical situation? What advice would you give them?
Don't let it stop you. Make sure that you have the opportunity to see your doctor at least every 6 months. To get, rechecked for everything, your medications and all of that. Also know your signs and symptoms for flares or what have you, but don't let it stop you, because I believe that most people can do this if they want to. So
yes, I love that. It's like if there's dedication, determination, willingness, and it sounds like you've found ways to find what works and what doesn't. Like heat intolerance won't work.
Right.
Well, I'd be curious to hear a bit about your minivan. Like, how did you choose a minivan?
So I didn't have a vehicle at all, and I put it out there in the universe that when the time came and the money was right, that she would just put something in my lap that was appropriate for me. And here she was.
Now, you mentioned you have a YouTube channel.
I do.
Yeah, what's the channel?
It's called Out Gallivantin'.
Out Gallivantin', and that's focused on your nomadic life.
Yes.
Oh, very cool. Check that out, folks. Well, can we go ahead and take a look?
Absolutely.
Awesome. I'm already noticing how colorful it all is.
It is. I put a lot of work into making sure there's a lot of color, because I need color. There's a lot of tie-dye. I did a lot of it myself, the bed and the pillow, and
cool.
Thank you.
Oh wow, it looks like some tie-dye towels as well.
Yes. One of the benefits of having this van is the stow and go seating in it. The back two are still in there supporting the bed. The middle two are out for storage purposes. One of the reasons that I wanted to make sure and have at least one back seat is I have a granddaughter who's 7.
Oh, yeah.
And she lives in Washington. And so she and I have Mimi time in the van, and she'll go places with me and camp and stuff. So.
Oh, that's perfect. How does she like the van?
She loves it. She thinks it's a big deal, you know, and she loves watching the DVD player in it, and I can hook it up to a trickle charger so I don't lose, you know, the power in the battery. She really likes it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that's so fun about nomadic living is it's like these are forts on wheels.
Absolutely.
All right, B, I'm noticing this beautiful towel.
Yes. My folks got this for me in Branson, Missouri on one of their mini trips there. And it was solid white with the print on there. And of course, I had to tie-dye it because almost everything is tie-dyed in my van. And that is just adding a little color to what I like to call my wee kitchen.
Nice.
That I made out of a changing table that my neighbors had discarded when they moved. So the water can go underneath in the back. So I have a little sink here. I keep my coffee stuff in there.
Nice.
And of course, running water. I have some microgreens growing at the moment, but that's not an everyday thing.
Oh, that's so cool.
So the bottom drawer is primarily my cooking stuff. One of the things I love is the pots and pans I have this handle that you can take off. And so it's so much easier to store things.
Oh, nice.
But what I think is the coolest thing is this comes out. I put some boards here and here.
Yes.
To store my stove underneath. Wow. And so I'm wasting no space as far as this is concerned.
That is super organized.
Thank you.
I'm curious to learn a little bit more about your sink setup.
Sure. So it's actually not a sink. It's actually a dog bowl.
Right.
My sister got that for me when I was trying to do all of this. And then I don't have a hole in it or anything. I didn't feel the need for that.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, this is just the rechargeable faucets that you find online and things. There is a 3-gallon water jug under there that feeds into that.
Oh, perfect.
There's some emergency food up there, an extra emergency stove, and things like that. So a few of the things that I've had to do, you know, we're talking about, you know, saving space and not wasting any space whatsoever.
Right.
Now, because I'm tall, you know, and I'm not even sitting up straight, and there's this whole thing the whole way with the DVD player, and there's 3 different storage compartments.
Oh.
I had to make the bed pretty short because I'm 5'10". I didn't have a whole lot of space underneath, but trust and believe, I have made some things fit under there.
Nice.
I have an extra Bluetti here.
Ooh, a couple of them.
I do. And that is where I get my power primarily from this one, the AC70. And then this one's an older one. I think it's a PS54 or something like that. I don't even know that you can get them anymore. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I power those primarily with this big O 300 watt suitcase solar panel that I will, you know, have out every day. So this is not much to see, but it's my junk drawer. I don't know where else to put this stuff, so it's kind of like the drawer in your kitchen where you just put stuff. I could not have squished bread, so I put it in a plant holder.
Oh my gosh. This is one of my favorite things I've seen.
Thank you. As far as like under the bed storage, I do have like some electronic cords and stuff here. I have extra water, and then also pine pellets for the, you know,
for the
potty. Yeah. I have a sewing machine in my bed. Yeah.
So you sew on the road.
I do. But yeah, that's one of the things that I for sure had to make room for. I bought this not only to store clothes in, but also so that when I'm asleep, I can reach my arm out and it not go numb on me. Behind this is where I store what everybody's so curious about.
Oh, right.
I do have I do have, whoa, a collapsible toilet.
Oh, yeah.
You know the rest. I don't have to necessarily open it all up and everything. So, and I do use scented trash bags to go in that.
And a personal question. I'm noticing a Wolfwise privacy tent down there.
Now that is for, I do have one of those shower heads that you can pop down into a bucket and turn it on and all of that.
Oh, yeah.
I have tried to use it once and I hadn't charged it. So I've only used this tent one time. I've not used it out here. I do have a membership to Planet Fitness, and so when I'm in an area that I can utilize that, I will. One of the goals that I have is to visit as many national parks as I can, obviously within the contiguous 48. And because I have a rule that I do not buy souvenirs for myself, that's why I have the stickers on the outside. That's my souvenir for each place that I visit. There's 3 of them that I don't have up yet.
So do you play the instrument?
I do. I'm not great at it. I know a few chords and I can play a couple Nora Jones songs, but that's about it.
Nice. I love that. That's a perfect size for a minivan.
Thank you. Yes, it is.
Okay, so I'd be curious to hear about gas mileage and how is it to drive this thing?
I love driving this. I get about between 21 and 22 miles per gallon.
That's really good.
It is for a van. It's great.
Yeah.
Especially with the roof rack cargo, which is just storage. I have extra clothes in there and my buddy heater and things like that, and propane.
And how about being a solo female on the road? Any concerns about safety or tips for the ladies?
Trust your gut. I think a lot of people say that, and I don't think that it can get old in terms of, it bears repeating. There have been a couple of times on my journeys where I was like, I just had this, it's different from anxiety. It's different from fear. It is just this gut feeling that tells you I'm not supposed to be here. So listen to that, first and foremost. But as far as the rest of it is concerned, make sure that you're aware of your surroundings. And also, if you are wanting to carry something to deter anyone who may do you harm, make sure that it's something you are comfortable with.
Awesome. Those are really great tips and really important. I agree with you. You can never hear trust your gut enough, and you can never trust it enough.
Right.
For folks out there who would love to do this lifestyle, but just haven't quite taken that leap, what advice would you give them?
Just do it. Like I said before, there's no amount of research and planning and all of that can help, surely, but it's the actual experience. And if you're having some hesitation, try it out. Go to a friend's driveway and see how you do, or even your own driveway if you've got one. Give it a shot. Take a little trip somewhere. That's what I did originally. I took a couple of trips by myself, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to change some things in here, for practicality, but this is definitely what I want to do. So
awesome. Those are great tips.
Thanks.
Bea, thank you so much for sharing your beautiful and colorful minivan with us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And folks, be sure to check out her channel. Can you tell us that one more time?
It's Out Gallivantin.
Out Gallivantin, and we'll link that in the description below. So you guys, if you got anything out of this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, comment below, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Take care, everyone. Bob Wells also hosts 2 YouTube channels on well-being in the inner life. Find them at the Examine Life Daily and Quote of the Day with Bob and Autumn. Thanks for watching, folks.